So, hello everybody. I just met Dr. Eugene. He lived in Somalia before I was born. He has got an amazing story, and he's done his dissertation on Somalia, right? Is that
correct? Correct.
And his son, Mark.
And his nickname is Degawani.
And his nickname is Degawani. He has a big Dego, I guess. And Mark lived in Somalia too.
Yes.
So tell me about your experience in Somalia. Or how many years?
2 years.
2 years.
I was a young boy, first grade and second grade. I went to the American school in Mogadishu. So I have fond memories of growing up as a little boy. And,
what was Somalia like?
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Any words that you remember?
Things that I remember going to the beach. I remember learning how to swim in the Indian Ocean. And it was beautiful. And my brother was 2 years old. And my sister was 4 months old when we left to go to Somalia.
And here's your dad, Dr. Eugene.
And he was called actually Muhammad, after the prophet, and then my son Randy was Roble for rain, which is a blessing on the desert, and my daughter was called Lul, a gift from the Indian Ocean, a pearl, Lul.
MashaAllah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. Eugene, you know quite a bit of Somali.
Well,
Iskawaran.
Alhamdulillah. Anigawa Maraykan, anigawa Maalim Afgoye. Afgoye. Haye.
Okay, you're doing.
Anigawa Doga.
We would call you Oday Somalian. You know what I mean? Somali elderly.
Yes.
Yeah. Uncle. Ader Somalia.
But Doga is, in those days, was...
Have you been involved in the Somali education?
Well, I was among the first team that set up the National Teacher Education Center.
And what years was this?
This was 1963 to 1965. Hamarwain ended at kilometer 4, Afar.
Yeah.
Afar.
Keep counting.
Well, no, I will leave it at that.
Okay, so what else do you remember, Dr. Eugene?
Well, a great deal. In those days, Somalia was a very peaceful place. Somalis did not eat fish. Actually, the Americans opened a canning plant up in the north. And that was the first time that Somalis ever ate fish. They were canning sardines. That's true. That's true.
Oh, that's amazing. So,
and
what did they eat? What kind of meat did they eat then instead?
Well, they ate goat, but basically, I don't get it. I don't get it. Right? She's laughing. She knows I don't get it.
What other foods do you remember?
Well, Zambuzi, then of course you served it tonight, and depending on the region of Somalia, but the flatbreads were certainly part.
Roti.
Yeah, that was all part. But it was also...
that's mufo, I think.
But it was also dependent upon Kabil.
Oh,
What, the northern tribes had different foods. The Italian influence in the south.
The time you went there, the Italian influence was stronger?
The Italian influence was very strong, of course. Bravani, I can speak a little Bravani down.
See,
you know Bravo?
Yeah.
Let's see. Mimi... It's a mixture of Swahili and Somali.
Yeah, that's true.
Bravani, yes, and I'm trying to remember.
Do you know any of Mai?
I really don't. I know some Swahili, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, you remember quite a bit, and you came here tonight.
Well, I did. That's true.
What do you think of tonight?
I think it went well, and I think, of course, these are two younger generation, and they, their connection to Somalia. You've been back. You didn't mention Jubaland is pretty peaceful right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's peaceful up there, but and Hamar Wayne is not the Hamar Wayne that was there. Yeah, now it goes all the way to Afgoye.
And you were in Afgoye, right?
6 kilometers before Afgoye.
Oh.
There's a school there.
And the university, what was the name of it?
National Teacher Education Center.
Is that La Folle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that La Folle?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
NTech.
Because it was being built when we first moved.
Yeah.
So we first lived in Mogadishu, and then when they finished the houses where we were going to live before the students came, then we moved out.
Yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you, maybe let's say people who watch this video, how can they get in touch with you?
Well,
and what's your name? If you can tell them in full, so they remember.
It's Eugene H. Freund, Freund, at gmail.com. Actually, it's ehfreund@gmail.com, and you have my card.
Yeah, I will actually
with
connect.
The email.
I will connect with it. I will put it in this video.
Yeah, with the email.
So anything you want to say to the Somali people back home or here?
Well, the Somalis are, in the old days, going way, way back, they were always known as the Irish of Africa.
Can you explain what that means?
Well, they not only thought they were better than you were, but they were better. They could survive in the desert, they could survive on Anogel, they could walk from one place to another, and usually people who were not Somali could not do that.
All right.
And they could build a zariba, and they,
Yeah,
they knew how to build a zariba very quickly, and knew the tracks of the different animals. They were very wise people.
And what do you say to Somalis, Mark?
What do I say? It's a beautiful culture. It's a beautiful country, and I read the book. It was an interesting book. It's not the Somalia that I know.
Okay, what do you say to the Americans who have negative views about Somalia? And I will come to you, Dr. Eugene.
What do I say to the Americans that have a negative view? They have negative views. There shouldn't be. Are there good people and bad people all over the world?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Somalis are good people.
Absolutely.
They're good people. And it just doesn't make any sense this tonight for Somali culture to thrive here in the United States. It needs the previous generation and the generation before that to teach the generations that are here. And that's important.
Yeah.
Because that's where your culture comes from. It comes from your grandmother and your grandfather.
Yeah, absolutely.
And their parents and so on.
Yeah.
So.
And Dr. Eugene, one more word of wisdom for
One more word of wisdom. Well, I think it is a wonderful culture, and it's important that young Somalis go back and read the poetry from Somalia, beautiful poetry. And it's in the books, and you can find it.
And one more last time, what's the title of your dissertation?
The School at Gabay. Gabay is poetry.
Oh, okay.
It's a pseudonym.
And this is the Culture at Gabay, Cross-Cultural Case Study of Teacher Education Program.
Yeah.
1969, published. Amazing.
Yeah.
Out of Michigan? University of Michigan?
Well, no, that's out of Wayne State University in Detroit.
Okay, perfect.
Detroit. But you can find this. You can look it up and you'll find it.
I will definitely. Thank you.
Okay.